Hello, boys and girls. This will be morning work days 4 and 5 for week 16. This passage is titled A Trip to the Planets. Mike and his science class were taking a trip to a planetarium. They were going to see what the planets and stars looked like. Mike didn't know how they could do that, but he wanted to find out. All of the students gave their permission slips to their teacher, Miss Drake. Then they got on a bus and went to the planetarium. When they got there, they got off the bus and went inside. Miss Drake introduced them to Miss Larson. Miss Larson is the director of the planetarium. She will be your tour guide. Miss Larson had led the students into a large room full of chairs. She invited everyone to sit down. Look up at the ceiling, she said. Everyone looked up, but all that the students saw was a big white dome. It certainly wasn't very interesting. Now watch what happens, Miss Larson said. Then she pushed a few buttons. Suddenly, the lights went off and the dome began to look like a night sky. Mike and his classmates saw the moon and several stars. This room has a special ceiling that lets me show you what the sky looks like in different places on Earth and at different times of the year, Ms. Larson explained. It also allows me to show you images of the planets. Everyone was fascinated as Ms. Larson showed the class images of Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and the other planets. She also showed them different groups of stars. By the time Ms. Larson was finished, the students had seen all the planets they had been studying in class. Mike thought it was so interesting that he began to wonder whether he might enjoy being a scientist. Is that what scientists get to investigate? I could see myself being one, he thought. Number 1. The title helps the reader predict that the text blank. The title helps the reader predict that the text blank. Is it A, will be about a field trip into space? B, will be about a field trip to a planetarium? B, will be about a field trip to a zoo? Or D, will be about a field trip to Mars? Number 2. From which point of view is the text written? Is it A, third person, B, first person, C, second person, or D, multiple points of view? Number 3. Which is not true about a planetarium? A, it is a building. B, it shows pictures of only Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter. C, it has a special ceiling. Or D, it displays the night sky. Which is not true about a planetarium. Number 4, who is the main character? Is it A, Mike's mother, B, Miss Larson, C, Miss Drake, or D, Mike? Number 5, people who like blank would probably like the text. People who like, is it A, art, B, mathematics, C, cooking, or D, science? Number 6, what does Mike learn about himself? A, he is interested in being a scientist. B, he does not want to be a scientist. C, he does not like planetariums. Or D, he is afraid of learning about the planets. And that is all for day 4. And on day 5, you will just need to write on the lines on the back of the page. It says, the prompt says, have you been to a planetarium? What did you think of it? And if you haven't been to a planetarium, what do you think it would be like if you go? And that's what you need to write about on the back for day 5. And this is it.